I was here to make an attempt to show what is happening here right now this afternoon, and I thank God that nobody was damaging or anything. Everything is going on, and this house needs to be demolished. This house needs to be demolished is that when something is getting cracked and someone else inside was noticing that something is there falling and giving a signal on neutral ground, the assurance of that person to quickly move out before the house started coming down, all this blah 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 blah. So so far so good. We thank God that nobody is getting injured or anything.
Our building is just breaking. You understand? Been accusing them the last cycle to come and check on our building. He said it's not yet time to come and check our streets. There is time now. Our building, none of our streets collapsed. They come and check them. None of them come and accuse them. They said it's not yet time for the streets. Ilé tí wọ́n sì wáyé kó pààyàn sí iná kí ló máa sọ. Ẹ wá fi machine wá fi wọlé wa wò. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ ṣàánú wa lọ́mọ́nú ilé. Church wà nínú ilé wa. Àwọn building àwọn mìíràn ṣe bá bí ìsàlẹ̀ kó wá wọlé wa kó jọ kó ṣàánú wa. Ẹ wá wo street wa ẹ ṣàánú wa ọmọdé ni wa. I'm married at young age. Ẹ dẹ̀ ṣàánú wa ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run ẹ wá wọlé wa wò ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ ṣàánú wa. Sílé wa bá wà òkè a máa mọ̀ pé yes a máa ṣe máa gbé bá a máa ṣe máa sanwó. Every year lọ san lọ fowó kan wo lé 50,000. Kò yí sí salary rẹ̀ lọ́kọ̀ Lagos lọ́kọ̀ mi bá ṣiṣẹ́.
This very pillar is a 14 mm rod. That is 3/4. That is 3/4 rod. So this is that is 14 mm rod. Now, this very pillar, as you see like this, it can stand 20 years. As then in the pit, it cannot do anything because it's a very thick iron. So when they're starting building this house now, as the caterpillar they demolish now, I look for the iron inside this house now. It's 12 mm and 10 mm. That 12 and 10 is only for the lintel or beam, not that to carry pillar. So this pillar is supposed to use 16 mm or 14. This is 14. You cannot use 14. You can use 16. But now 10 and 12 is what we use there, and it's very failed totally. So what I see there is that government make it find something to do about all those people.
Jordan, you see, what I suggested is that if the duties of government himself is to protect life and property, and if government fails to protect life and property, that means the government have totally failed. So I therefore suggested that if any building is marked for demolition, government should not wait for the family or the landlord to demolish, because they may find it difficult to demolish what they have built with their money or with their hands. So therefore, the government need to come by themselves and demolish the building by themselves.
Well, what we're today doing is just to remove the carcass of a collapsed building that caught earlier in the day. The building was identified earlier, some years ago, for removal, and we're here to do the final removal. We came on Friday to confirm the status that it is still vacant and found it's still vacant. So, unfortunately, because we are presently doing several structures on the island, we're doing about 17 at the moment. So the plan was to finish the 17 and to go to the next batch. of the list that we have. So we had to go ahead, to the next batch to identify the ones we want to do and to make sure that the buildings are vacant. So we had on Friday to know that, we're coming here. But fortunately today, the building came down. Unfortunately, LABCA's mandate is not to test buildings. LABCA's mandate is to identify the building as distressed. It is the onus of the developer or the owner to test the building and bring the report to LABCA. That yes, my building has been tested, it is this safe or this unsafe. If it's possible to salvage the building, then he will salvage the building. He will come up with a proposal to rehabilitate the building. But if it's very bad, then we advise you to remove it. So we don't test, but we are to ensure that the building is vacant while the landlord is still trying to do the test. We are to ensure safety of lives and property. So when we see a building is distressed and the landlord is wasting time with the scientific proof of the stability of the building, we have to evacuate the occupants and their loads to get out. That this building won't tell anybody when, just like today. We came on Friday to ensure that the building is vacant. Today, the building is down. It won't tell you, so it's better for us to evacuate the people when we know the risk is there, rather than leaving them there and be waiting. But we don't really do the test. Another agency is in charge of doing testing of building.